Today I'm going to show you how to create an Instagram reel in Adobe Rush, so stick around. What's going on, everybody? Claudio here, and welcome to my channel where I share tips, tools, and tricks to help you share your story. First off, I'm sure you noticed my background is a bit different, and that's because I am shooting from the living room at our rental until our new house and new studio is completed May or June. I'm actually renting an office space in the meantime to work on my videos and other projects, but it's still being worked on, so that's why you're seeing this video from the living room. So let's get to talking what we're here to talk about, and that's creating Instagram reels in Adobe Rush. So the question, Claudio, why am I going to use Adobe Rush to create Instagram reels when I can just do them in Instagram? And that's a great question. Now, if that works for you, that's great. Now, a couple reasons, or I should say several reasons why I prefer using Adobe Rush is to get to really personalized videos. Now, I've tried using Instagram to create the reels and it just doesn't work for me. I probably can do a little bit more practice, but I find my workflow much quicker in Adobe Rush. Another reason is I can shoot my videos with my mirrorless camera and get those beautiful colors and that gorgeous depth of field. Another thing too is when you're shooting kind of selfies with your phone, you get that mirrored effect. So like if something like this is showing, it's going to read backwards, and that just drives me nuts. That's me. And then lastly is that you can brand your videos that you share on Instagram. Now, if you're all about branding and sharing your personal identity or whatever your company is, whatever it is, you can brand your videos in Adobe Rush, adding logos, using brand colors. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in and work on an Instagram reel video. So I went ahead and launched Adobe Rush here, and I've already added a video clip that I shot on my mirrorless camera. Now, as I mentioned, you get that gorgeous sharpness in the video. So here I have about a, would say 12 to 13 second clip. And I went ahead and recorded, have no audio there because I'm going to be using backing music here. So let's go ahead and expand the layers. Actually, I've already got it expanded there, so we can see the video layer and we can see some audio layers here as well. So let's go ahead and begin, and let's add, I'm going to add my logo here. So I go to your media here and just gotta find my folder with all my logos. Kind of see me working through this here, and let's see the alphabetical order, and here we have the logos, all the different ones. I'm going to go ahead and add that one there, and let's go ahead and move this. Now I've got 4 layers of visual content that I can add. Let me expand my logo. Now it is a bit large because it brings it in full size, so that's fine. We're going to go ahead and fix that. We're going to use the transform tool here, and let's just bring down the size of the logo there. And because it's a light colored logo, I'm actually going to drop that down here to the bottom, maybe place it on this corner here, and maybe just I probably will make it a bit smaller here. There we go. Okay. Let's bring it down. Oop, too far out. And let's go horizontal. That's pretty good there. And I can bring the opacity down so it's not as blaring right there, but you know, I do want to share my brand, so let's go 100%. So now I've got that set up. Let's go ahead and turn off the transform tool. And I'm going to bring in some, I would say, text, you know, because when you're on Instagram, you're kind of pointing to different places, or you're kind of, I would say, accentuating things. So you want to bring attention to some text. So let me go ahead and go to graphics. And let's add, let's say, some titles and see what we have here. And I like using this one right here. It's already formatted. All I have to do is change the colors. So what I will do is click add, and it's going to bring it in into my project. So let's see, we've got it about right there. So when, let's see, move it here a bit back. So whenever I hit play, you'll see that that animation will kind of pop in. It kind of has that room reveal, gets large and small. And I'm going to actually make that a bit bigger. So this is at the point where it gets the largest. So let's use the transform tool. And we're going to just make that, oh, I am transforming myself. I need to transform that layer. There we go. So there we go. So I've got that. And if you can see as I'm pointing, so that's one of the things when you're shooting video or your reels, you want to be intentional on how you shoot your video. So if you're pointing in certain areas or pointing straight, pointing up, I do that on purpose. So then that's where I add content. So let's go ahead and move that text or that box to a vertical position, kind of up at the top where I was pointing, right about there. And it's okay if it touches, you know, it has that effect. So let's see here. So I'm kind of working on my computer, and then surprise, and then I point to the camera, and then I point up, and that's kind of where I will add what this reel's about. So we're going to adjust this here, and let's move that there, so it kind of coincides with me pointing up. And then when I come back down, then that's where I adjust that graphic. And what the great thing about these graphics is they already are, would say, programmed, or I guess that's for the lack of a better term, it's already programmed, it's already scripted. There we go. So when I point up, it zooms in, and then boom, it pops out when I bring my hand down. So none of that I have to worry about. It's already done when you import those. Now what I do want to do here is actually edit that box. I want to change the color, that pink color, to kind of more of my brand color. So we're going to go ahead and do that by clicking on that text or graphic tool here at the top. And as you can see, since I have that text selected, I'm able to make adjustments here. So I have clicked or double clicked, and now I can change that text. So let's say here, tips for video. And now down here at the bottom, there is a shape, would say the attributes for the shape. So I'm going to go ahead and change that color. Now, the great thing about Rush here is that you can use your hex code. So if you know your brand hex code, you can just type it in or paste it from somewhere else. I'm going to just go ahead and slide up here to kind of where I know my brand color there. It's pretty close. I have it stored somewhere. I just don't want to copy and paste at the moment. So let's click OK. And there we go. Now, the other thing too that you can do is, let's go back up here to the tips for video, is you can change the font. So it comes with its standard font. It's already programmed, but you can go in here and change the font. So if you have your brand font, a font that you use, you can go ahead and swap it out. So let's go ahead and do that here. We're going to go to, mine is industry, and I usually use kind of a medium. So it all depends what will look great. Let's go bold there. And text is already white. Let me make sure. Yep, it's white. So let's see how it looks like. I'll hit play. Tips for video. Boom, pops in just just the way I wanted it. Now, what I want to do here as well, at the beginning here, when I have that surprised look on my face. Right there. And maybe add some sort of like, hey, what's going on? Like a greeting. So here is kind of a shortcut for that. So I don't have to recreate the whole thing. This was great about Rush, is I will select the text there and then click on duplicate, and there it has created an exact duplicate with the same brand colors, the same brand font. Now all I have to do is grab the duplicate that I just created, bring it over here, and I'll just edit the text. So there's that surprise look. Hey, so let me move this over about there. And double click up here. Let's say, hi everyone. Let me adjust that, put a space right there. Hi everyone, I went too far. Hi everyone, space, and then let's put an exclamation at the end. And what I may do is actually bring that one down to the bottom of the reel here. So let's do vertical positioning, bring it down about right there. Maybe go back up a little bit. So you can kind of see, you kind of tweak this just the way you want it. So let's see what it looks like now when I hit play. Hey everyone. Okay, I need to just adjust that timing. And so what I'll do is just slide this over just a tad, right about there. So that should do it. Hi everyone. And then I'm pointing to the top, tips for video. And then what I do with my videos, I'll either point somewhere, point in the direction of the camera. So here's where I will add the first tip. So let's go ahead and copy this one here. And we are going to move it kind of where I am pointing for like number 1. So here is tip number 1. And we're going to adjust it so it kind of times with the time I'm pointing here. So let's hit, oh, I went too fast there. So there would be tip number 1. And then my finger goes away. So I'm going to adjust that right there. All right. So tip number 1 for video. So we're going to go ahead and add that. Lighting. Oops. I need to go back. Double click. And let's type lighting. And don't do like me where I would type lightning by accident. So let's take a look at that one now. Now what I'm going to do is continue the process and copy, duplicate it, adjust the text, adjust where to put it so that it aligns when I'm pointing, and then I'll be done with this project. So I finished adding the additional text, and now what I'm going to do is add a backing track, and I'm going to go to the plus sign here and choose audio. And if you're not familiar with the audio tracks that are available in Rush, they partnered with Splice and added a ton of additional things. If you want to check out a video on that, I have it in the description below for you to check out. So I'm going to go ahead and use what are the loops here. Loops are kind of short little clips of music, not the whole audio track. So it works just great for these reels. And I'm going to go ahead and type in, let's see if I can find it. This is one that I already know and use for several of my reels. I try to alternate so they aren't all the same. So what I'll do here is click that one, Funky R&B Persimmon, actually that one there, the full track, which has all the instruments, and I'm going to bring it into this project. Let's go ahead and close this out here. And what I'll do is just drag the end there, and there we go. We have that audio track matched with my clip here or my video. So now this reel is ready to share. I'm going to go ahead and click on the share button here and export the project. The automatic settings that are here work just fine. I haven't had any issues with exporting and then uploading to Instagram for use in reels. You can also export YouTube, Facebook, Instagram here. So if you run into any issues, you could always try here for Instagram or just change the resolution. It should work just fine. Again, I haven't had any issues. So here I have the project ready to go, IG Reel 01, and I'll share with you why I do that here. Let me click on export and let's get this project ready to share. Since I exported the project on my computer, I'm going to go ahead and airdrop it just to save me some time. But one of the great things about using Rush is that you can work on a project on the computer, then open it up on an iPhone, Android, or iPad, and then export it and just share it right from your phone. One of the things I want to share with you about using this naming convention IG Reel 01 is that I can go ahead and click duplicate here, and we'll call this IG Reel 02. It copies the whole project, the logo, the text, the audio track, and the actual video as well. So the next time I shoot an IG video with my camera, I can go ahead and open that second project, the duplicated one, import new video clips, take those other ones out while keeping everything else intact, logo, text with brand color, and audio track. You could go ahead and change it. That's usually what I do, so I can kind of alternate between different soundtracks, but that's kind of my workflow. And that's how I use Adobe Rush to create the videos that I share on IG Reels. If you have any comments or questions about this video, please do leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell to be notified for future videos. Please do share this video with others. And once again, thanks for watching. Be good to one another. Peace. I'm out.